I know that there are a lot of confident women who listen to this podcast who consider themselves very confident, very capable, very competent as well. And yet, there are certain areas in your life where you don't have the self-confidence, and you just need to be transparent and honest with yourself about that and recognize it and really work on those areas. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Unstoppable Woman podcast. I am your host, Amira Alvarez, and I'm so happy you are joining us today. So we have a whole community of unstoppable women out there, and if you are a loyal listener, I thank you so much for listening. If you're new to the podcast, I hope you love this and subscribe and make it a regular part of your life and world. So, what's the topic for today? How to develop self-confidence. This is so important in running a business, really scaling a business, really growing, making your impact, being able to do what you want to do in this world, and receiving the income, the cash flow, the profits that you would like. All of that is critical to a great life for you if you are an entrepreneur and a CEO and someone running a business, whether it's small or large. So you need self-confidence. You need the ability to have confidence in yourself no matter what you are doing. And this is so important when you are starting something new, when you are going after a higher level goal, when you're going after that, if you're not an entrepreneur, let's say you're in the corporate world, when you're going after that new position, or maybe you are growing your own team, you have your own business, and you want to attract higher level employees, team members, contractors, people that you work with, people that you collaborate with, that you network with. Maybe you want to do something in your life or business that you have not done before. You want to make a different level of income. That's a big thing. Do you have the confidence to do that and everything that's required for that? Do you want to network at a higher level, be part of a higher level mastermind, be part of a higher level group of people? Do you want to be working with higher level clients, making higher level sales, drawing to you something more than what you've been doing already? The answer is probably yes. And yet, what is holding you back? What is keeping you from doing that? It is often the confidence required to go do the thing. And the thing is actually many things that lead up to the achievement of that goal. There are many actions that you must take. If you do not have the confidence, the self-confidence to go take those actions, you never will. You won't get that result. We know that. We know intuitively that the results we want are dependent on the actions that we take. And it doesn't have to be striving actions, meaning overwhelm, spin out, chaos. Sometimes there's a ramp up period where there's a lot to do. I get that. And you can set a new standard for yourself and be someone who creates more in her life without that kind of overwhelm as well. That requires the confidence to work at a different level. So this is so critical in business. It's also critical in your life. I like to speak to the whole woman here. So you might be confident in your business life, but not confident over here in other aspects of your life. Maybe that's your love life. Maybe that's your sex life. Maybe that's your fitness, your health, your, what is it called? Your style. Forgot my word there. That's a pretty simple word, but like your brand. Maybe you don't know how to do those things and you don't have a lot of confidence in those areas. That certainly was me, for sure. I might have been confident on the business building side, but I wasn't so confident in my sex life. Let me just tell you, I've been very open and transparent in this podcast and in my conversations with my clients that I had a great marriage but a terrible sex life, and I thought it was me. In fact, that wasn't the case. You can grow anything that you really desire in your life, including your sex life. That was me around how I dressed and how I took care of myself in terms of my presentation. I certainly didn't know how. I joke oftentimes about having missed girl school, right? I missed how to, put your hair together or dress well or any of that. And that may not be important to you, but I had an image of how I wanted to show up in this world. And every time I looked at myself in the mirror or was photographed and I saw my photographs, I was like, that's not me. Why is that? And yet I wasn't learning those skills, and therefore I didn't have the confidence in that area. And we'll get into how skill acquisition is so critical for self-confidence in a minute. And that certainly was me as well on the athletic side. And I will say the athletic side is something I'm still growing. In fact, all of this is something that I'm still growing at. I don't believe that we stop growing. We do get to a certain level of mastery, and I am not a master at the fitness side, though I have broken through some serious barriers for myself where I was like a complete couch potato to walking a marathon. That was pretty significant, but I'm still challenged in that area. I'm going to be fully transparent around that. But I have a different level of confidence around it now than I did before. Okay. So it's important to develop your self-confidence and apply it to your life and to your business. And in business, that might be in your marketing initiatives, right? Speaking on stage, raising your prices, joining higher level networking or mastermind groups, putting yourself out there on social media. All these things require self-confidence. But the problem is you're not confident, or you're not confident in that area of your life, or you're not confident enough in that area of your life. I know that there are a lot of confident women who listen to this podcast who consider themselves very confident, very capable, very competent as well. And yet there are certain areas in your life where you don't have the self-confidence, and you just need to be transparent and honest with yourself about that and recognize it and really work on those areas. Get help in those areas. Put the time and attention into those areas. Do what you need to do to build the confidence that you require in those areas so that you are able to achieve the goals and dreams that you desire. If you say, I'm confident, I've got this, and you don't work on the areas where you aren't getting the results that you want, and you don't back engineer that to look at that, wow, that's me and my level of confidence in that area, then you are doing yourself a disservice. It's a way of self-sabotaging. It's a way of stopping yourself. So pay attention to that. If you're not confident, it holds you back. How? Well, you don't take the actions that you need to take. And like I've mentioned before, your results, whether you achieve the goals you want or not, whether you reach the income that you want or not, whether you have the cash flow that you want or not, whether you're in struggle or in ease, right? That's a result as well. Whether you're lit up or exhausted, that's a result as well, is dependent on the actions that you take. But wait, don't stop there. Okay, action is super important, but what drives action? Your feelings and your thoughts about yourself. Your self-image. Whether you see yourself as someone who is competent, capable, and confident of doing the thing. Okay? Action is a result of something else. It's a result of how you see yourself. And whether you think you're going to win or lose, have pleasure or pain, if you engage in that action. What do I mean by that? I mean, we are, as human beings, we are either moving towards pleasure or away from pain. If you think you're going to take an action and you're not confident, meaning you're not certain that you're going to win, that you're going to have pleasure, that you're going to succeed there, you will move away from it. That's a fear. And most people are not confident in themselves. They don't have the level of self-confidence. Okay? So they keep moving away because they think it's a potential for pain. So they move away. Don't do the action, don't get the result. It's a serious problem. So why are people not confident? What leads to that? And again, if you're honest, and I hope you are, there's a place in your life where you're not confident. Why are people not confident? Well, for one, they're not certain. They're not certain of themselves, their ability, their skill set, that they'll be able to do successfully what they set out to do. Whether it's have a intimate conversation with your lover, whether it's leading a team meeting, whether it's going to that networking group and making great connections and being able to leverage them. So it happens in life, it happens in business, okay? So if you don't have certainty in your ability, you won't be confident. And you think something bad is going to happen. You're going to make some sort of mistake or judgment. There's going to be a loss of love. There's going to be people who shame you. And maybe on the conscious level, you don't think that that's going to happen, but subconsciously, you're like, So if you're avoiding something, that's part of the reason, okay? You have a diminished self-image of who you are and what you think you're capable of. And we're going to be going into self-image a ton at the Unstoppable Woman Income Breakthrough Summit. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, now is the time. You can go to theunstoppablewoman.com/summit and grab your ticket now. We're doing it both virtually and in person in Miami, May 14th, 15th, and 16th. Run, don't walk. Okay. With that being said, let's get back to what I was saying. You have to understand why you're not confident. Now, part of it is the role that you've played in your life, in your family dynamics. Okay? What role did you play? And did you get attention for not being confident? Meaning, did you learned help? It's called learned helplessness. Did you learn to be shy, timid, helpless, needing help, needy, as a way of getting attention and confusing attention with love? Because love, that flow of love, is how we know that we're going to be safe in this world. So did you play a role growing up? Did you learn to play a role? Were you conditioned to play a role where you were given attention for being small in this world? That's a big one, guys. That is a big one. Okay, so confidence is super important. We've talked about that already, but I want to add one additional point to this, which is that confidence makes you magnetic. Everyone wants to be magnetic in some way. Maybe you don't want to be magnetic to the negative things in life, right? The wackos and the weirdos and the psychopaths. We don't want to be magnetic to them. But think about how being confident is magnetic to the good things in life. More income, more clients, more sales, more positive attention. Most psychopaths prey on people who aren't confident. Think about that. It's not really the topic of this podcast, but think about that. There are a lot of women that I've worked with who have worked with, been in relationships with narcissists. And part of the issue is the individual's self-image and a lack of internal confidence. And so they somehow get sucked into a relationship. They're more susceptible to a relationship with the narcissist. Okay. And that has to do with how you were brought up as well. And it's completely, it's something that can be attended to and turned around. If that's you, I want you to know that there's a huge upside to this and a way to really turn it around in your life. So confidence is magnetic. It's important to have it because that's what attracts people to you. People are attracted to people that they have confidence in, that they can trust. This is true in sales. If you're in a service-based business, this is absolutely 100% important in sales in your business. It's important when you're pitching your business to investors. It's important when you're in your leadership role with your team, with your employees, when you're leading contractors, when you're leading groups, when you're collaborating with colleagues. Are you impressing on others, sharing your level of confidence in yourself? That's what's going to allow people to trust you and want to work with you, want to do things in their life with you, because they will have confidence that you are going to follow through, do what you say, can execute on whatever you are sharing. So it's critical. And if you don't have it, you want to build it, and you want to keep building it as you grow your business and grow your life. And you do this, let's talk about how you do this now. You do this fundamentally through succeeding. Now, you could say this is a bit of a chicken and egg situation. How do you grow this through succeeding if to succeed you need confidence? Okay, I'm going to break this down for you. Okay? You do this through incremental success. I want to before I get into that, I'm going to loop back to a point here. You do this through succeeding. Let me give you an example. Edison, he invented the light bulb. No one had done it before. We don't know if anyone else had conceived of it in their minds, but no one had actually created the light bulb yet. And if you had asked people prior to Edison having created the light bulb, invented the light bulb, they would have said, you can't harness electricity. You can't do it. You're foolish. And in fact, they did. They did say that. You can't harness electricity into light. That hadn't happened. But if someone says that to Edison after he creates the light bulb and he can flip a switch and it goes on, he's already done it. He's totally confident in that. No one can take that away from him. No one can undermine that. He can go, well, I did it. Hello. Same thing with, say, the Wright brothers. You can't send an airplane up into the air and have it fly and take people from one place to another more rapidly than walking or driving or horses or ships. But when they did it, and someone says that to the Wright brothers go, hey, look, the airplane's off the ground. I did it. I'm totally 100% confident in this concept, in this idea, in myself. Beyonce, right? You can't go on stage and entertain millions. She has this idea. I'm going to be the superstar. You can't go on stage and entertain millions. Well, now she looks around and she's like, hey, yes, I can. Look, I did it, right? Sarah Blakely, another amazing female entrepreneur. You can't reinvent women's undergarments. And if you've ever studied Sarah and her journey, she's very open about how everyone was telling her this isn't going to work, okay? No one was behind it. But she did it. And now she can go like, hey, yeah, of course you can. And so doing the thing creates the confidence. There's a bit from Emerson in The Law of Compensation that says, You get the energy to do the thing when you do the thing. And that's a paraphrase, by the way. Everyone paraphrases it that way, but the actual quote is something slightly different, and I don't have that in front of me. But this is the thing. If you do the thing, you have the confidence to do the thing. You have the energy to do the thing. So you have to start doing the thing. Now, how does this work? How does this work? If you haven't done it yet, how do you have the confidence to do it? Well, you do the thing. Okay? So first, you have to imagine your success. You have to fall in love and imagine your success. Now, you can do that on a big level with massive dreams and goals and your current end game. You can imagine that. And you can imagine the steps in your project plan. You can imagine what you need to do right now, the next step. You can break it down to the ridiculous and the most simple thing that you need to do. If you've never done it before, imagine doing it. What would you need to do to be successful here? Imagine it. Ask people who have gone before. This is such a shortcut, guys. Work with a mentor. Be part of a mastermind. Have people in your environment who can support you and help you through when you don't know how to do something. Ask questions. Learn. Okay? And the next thing is you do it incrementally. You do the thing, the bigger thing, incrementally. You break it down to smaller and smaller steps. Now, that doesn't mean going slow. I'm not saying take a long time to do the thing, the little small things. No, that's going to take you for freaking ever. Don't do that. Break down the larger goal into incremental steps and then do those steps quickly. Instead of doing them in 3 months, do them in 1 month. Instead of doing it in 1 month, do it in 2 weeks. Instead of doing it in 2 weeks, do it in 1 day. Instead of, doing it in 1 day, do it in 15 minutes. Break it down and do it quickly. Okay? Be successful at the thing. Know what your things are for today and do them. Do them first, do them quickly. The other thing is you must make small commitments to yourself and keep them. So that's connected with the incremental stuff. That's a small commitment. You must keep them, that commitment. That's how you build trust with yourself. And yet so many people don't have that level of accountability with themselves. This is one of the things that I help my clients with in the Spirit of Wealth Mastermind and Masterclass. We have this accountability process. It's a proprietary process that I've put together, and it's amazing what people get done when they stay accountable to themselves. And it builds your self-image. It builds your confidence. The next thing on this is that you have to do hard things. Some of those steps are not going to be easy. They're not going to be easy. You have to do hard things. Do them. Don't avoid them. Do the hard things. Do the hard things. Do the hard things. Okay. So the next thing that I want to talk about here around self-confidence is what I call leveraging transferable confidence. And there's 2 ways you can do this. Okay. So you can leverage transferable confidence first by looking at what you're already good at. What are the things in your life that you are already good at, that you already excel at? Okay? What things you might take these things for granted. You might say, I don't know. But what do you do already that you are quite good at? Write that out. And then how can you leverage that and build off of it for this new thing that you're going after? So let me give you an example. I am very task-oriented. My conditioning is such that I get a dopamine hit, a feel-good hit every time I accomplish something. I got accolades for this growing up. Okay, I got the good job, attaboy, attagirl, here's some love, here's some attention every time I achieved something. So now I'm quite addicted to those little tasks because I get that immediate dopamine hit. Okay? I'm very good at that because I got so much good juju growing up. So now I'm quite addicted to it, right? I'm like, let me get the tasks done. So that's an important thing for me to recognize. I am good at getting the tasks done. But I'm not so confident in this other aspect in my life where I am trying to grow my access to, say, my feelings or my ability to have intimate conversations. And I've actually worked on that quite a bit using this process. So I know that it works. So let's say you have this other area in your life that you are not as confident about. I'm using this past example for this. And I know that if, say, I don't express my feelings, that they're going to be suppressed and that they're going to get expressed someplace else and cause me problems and all of that. So I have motivation to grow and change here. It's an important thing in my life that I want to do. So you need to have that level of motivation as well. So then I'm going to say, well, I'm good at achieving small tasks. I'm now going to use that to achieve my goal of wanting to have more intimate conversations, wanting to have more access to my feelings. And therefore, I'm going to break down what it takes to do that into small little tasks so that then I can get the feel-good hit for doing those small little tasks as it relates to feeling my feelings or having the intimate conversations. So I'm using what I'm already good at in a new arena in my life to build my confidence. I know that when I break things down to small little tasks, I get that dopamine hit, and I know that I'm good at doing the little tasks. So I'm going to use this in this other area of my life so that I actually achieve the bigger thing. I'm good at doing it incrementally and achieving the bigger thing. Let's do that. Let's acknowledge that and celebrate it and transfer that skill to an arena where you're not so confident at. So what are the places? What are you good at? Are you good at research? Are you good at conversations? Are you good at being present? Are you good at the details? Are you good at the big picture? What are you good at in this other area of your life that you can transfer to this area of your life that you want to build your confidence in? And it can be from the athletic world to the business world, from the business world to the athletic world, right? Like you want to look at where you're already confident, how you're confident, and how you could transfer that skill to someplace else that you're not yet confident in. The second way to use what I call transferable confidence is working with a mentor. And let me be specific with this. When I work with someone, I ask them a lot of questions to get really clear that they want what they want. I know that if you want what you want and you're given the framework for how to achieve it, you will achieve it. You absolutely will. So I have that belief. So you can leverage my belief. If you don't believe in yourself yet, believe in my belief in you. You can leverage my belief. I understand how the laws work, the universal laws of success, the natural laws of success. And I know how they work because I've lived them and I have proven them. Back to that original concept that I shared with you. When you do the thing, you have the confidence. You have the skill set. I have worked the laws consciously. The laws are always in effect. They're affecting everyone. It's not that they're not affecting you. You're just not conscious of how to use them to positive ends. I understand how to do that. I'm 100% confident in it. Therefore, you can leverage my knowledge, my awareness, my confidence, my belief so that you can go do the thing. That's a transferable confidence. So the next thing that I want to talk about is you have to learn something to be confident in it. This is skill acquisition. I just talked about it around the laws, right? That was a skill. The laws exist, okay? Running exists, but you have to build your confidence in your ability to run. That's a skill set, okay? Running 10 miles, 20 miles, 50 miles, that's a skill set. You have to build your skill there. Public speaking, that's a skill set. You must build your skill. Okay? This is skill acquisition. You have to start building your skills. And when you build your skills, this gives you knowledge and it gives you certainty and thus confidence. Self-confidence comes from self-knowledge. You can be confident in others or that the light will come on when you flip the switch and walk into the room, you flip the switch, the light comes on. You have certainty in that. You have confidence in that. And if it doesn't come on, you think the bulb's out. You don't think electricity, I don't understand how it works. You have confidence in it. Okay? But do you have confidence in yourself? Do you trust yourself? Are you certain? Are you committed? If you don't have confidence in yourself, this requires that you understand yourself, you. Do you get that? There's a level of understanding, skill acquisition, and understanding that is going to give you confidence. You acquired the knowledge that if the light bulb is out, when you flip the switch, it's not going to come on. Okay? You know that. That's what gives you confidence. So it requires that you understand yourself if you want to have self-confidence. So studying yourself is so important. This gives you the biggest bang for the buck, the biggest return on investment. Literally, the biggest return on investment. If you invest in doing things, courses, seminars, summits, mentorship, books, self-development, if you invest in learning about yourself, you will become more self-confident. You will know yourself more. You will become more self-confident. You will therefore be able to take the actions that you want to take and need to take, even if you're scared to take them, and you will get the results you want. And in business, the results are bigger impact, bigger influence, better clients, more cash flow, not struggling to make payroll, being able to hire a great team, being able to put stuff out that makes a positive impact in this world. It comes back to you and your self-confidence, and you must have the self-image to do that. And if you don't understand how your self-image is created, works, how you work in this world, you will always be stymied. You must understand how your self-image is developed, how to change it, and how to become more. That's how you know yourself. If you know how to do that, you know yourself. You have to understand how you work. It's essential, especially understanding how your self-image works and how to change it, grow it, and become the person who does the things to create the life and the business that you want. It all is connected. So if this is something that you are truly interested in changing for yourself, becoming a confident person, becoming that magnetic person, understanding how you work so that you can work better in this world, so that you can have the results that you want. I will reiterate again, please come to the Unstoppable Woman Summit. This is what we are going to be teaching you. It's me teaching for 3 days straight on how to actually become the person who does the thing. And we are creating a success plan. Day 3 is all about creating a success plan. We're going to learn what the self-image is, how it works. We're going to teach you. And it's, when I say we, I mean me, but there's going to be breakout sessions and workshopping and all of that as well. We're going to look at how the laws work, and we're going to look at building your success plan. And you can come virtually or you can come in person. The dates are May 14th, 15th, and 16th. And you can get your ticket at theunstoppablewoman.com/summit. Okay, with that, rock it out, be unstoppable, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us and for being a part of the Unstoppable Woman movement. I want to let you know that we've got a ton of free resources for you for scaling your business at theunstoppablewoman.com/free stuff. Please go ahead and check those out. And we'd also love your help in getting the message out. Share this podcast with all the unstoppable women in your life, your friends, your colleagues, your business besties. Please do that. And if you're game, we'd super duper duper appreciate a review on iTunes as well. Thanks so much, and be unstoppable.